I always felt that we feel connected through food.
Right.
But once the COVID was out, we realized that cloud kitchen concept in India, the way we anticipated, wasn't actually working out.
Hi, good evening, and welcome back to our next episode of Safarnaama. As usual, we always have an exciting guest, but today again, this is a topic which is close to your heart. Why? Because it involves an entrepreneur who is into food, and that's something which is so exciting. So without waiting further, I guess let me call upon Chisy. Chisy, welcome to our show. Welcome to Safarnaama, and we are so excited to have you. So
Thank you so much. And it was my pleasure to actually be sitting here with you because I still remember the days we started off.
yes, yeah. So Chizzy, for our viewers, tell us, how did you get into this journey? I think एक कोई भी professional, anyone who's working, अगर आप ज़्यादातर लोगों को पूछोगे कि आपको किस business में enter करना है, they will 99% say food business. So I think most of the guys want to get into food business because it's something that's dear to us. That's something that people relate to. But very few people actually plunge into it, and some people do plunge, but very few people then actually turn it into a profitable venture. So you're one of the few guys who have been able to do that. So tell our viewers, how did you get into this, or how did the journey start?
I know it's a question which I keep wondering and pondering over it most of the time, especially when I look at my PNL at the moment. That there was a time I used to work on the PNL for an organization. Today I'm
Right.
working on my own PNL.
Own PNL.
And how food, be it an occasion or not, I always felt that we feel connected through food.
Right.
Whether it's in the family, in the office, with your friends, relatives, long distance, everywhere, with your
Right.
mother.
Right.
So the food comes to you for the first time, I think, from your mother.
Absolutely.
And just see that connection. वो bond जो होता है वो इतना deep rooted है कि खाने से हमें खुद ही प्यार हो जाता है.
True. True.
And we feel that you get connected to people also through food.
True food.
So you host parties, you see कि even though in a room you have 5 strangers sitting,
Right.
and you give them food to eat, you feel like the conversation just starts.
Starts. True. So
That's how I got landed.
Uh-huh.
And it was a journey that we went through, but
Right.
quite an exciting one.
Right. Right. So the first venture that you got into was after after your professional this thing for food related.
So the first one was definitely, there was a boom about cloud kitchen. So I got into the cloud kitchen mode,
Okay.
where we launched this brand called as Damdan.
Okay.
And it was a biryani brand. It still exists within the corporates.
Right.
And we went on with that for 2.5 years. It was a
Right.
hyper-local brand.
Right.
And it did a decent numbers. But once the COVID was out, we realized that cloud kitchen concept in India, the way we anticipated, wasn't actually working out. So when the numbers started declining, that's the time we took a very conscious effort to collaborate with somebody who was already into the corporate business, and we
Right.
wanted to scale to a different level.
Right.
So bringing in a lot of marketing and strategies and operations, we collaborated and we actually took the company to the next level.
Wow.
So today we are a private limited company. We renamed the entire brand as Chefline Hospitality Private Limited.
Chefline Hospitality.
Yes.
Wow. So why corporates? Was there any particular reason that you wanted to get into corporate, or was it just by chance?
No. So it was, I would say, both the things. One is coming in from a corporate, you resonate more with them.
You understand.
You understand them.
Right.
Because you feel what they want, and what was missing is something what you want to provide.
Right. Right.
So cafeteria में काफी time spend किया है when we were working with organization.
Correct.
So today I realized that there was a gap in there. Why can't we fill that gap?
Right.
Through the kind of services, through the kind of food that we give.
Right.
So that was one of the thing. But at the same time, It was also luck by chance. So we happened to meet somebody who's been into the corporate space for the last 15 years, and unfortunately, due to COVID, it was a hard stop there. So he wanted to scale.
Right.
So we built in that entire rapport, and there was like an entire project plan that we worked on, and I jumped onto the bandwagon. I said, let me just jump onto
on
it. It was an opportunity coming in, and today I don't regret.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is this like, how does this concept work? Like, what are you doing exactly for corporates? Is it like a set meal? Is it like a packaged meal? Is it like a catering service? What is it like?
So when we talk about chef line, we are into corporates and also into house parties. So I'll talk a little about corporates. So
Right.
corporates, what happens is, be it normal cafeteria services,
Right.
you have these tuck shops, which are those kiosks.
Right.
So you need all of them to build a cafeteria.
Right.
So a lot of these corporates have come out of their entire zone of giving it to multiple vendors.
Right.
So they want to give it to that
vendor.
one vendor,
Right.
where the point of contact is one person, and the entire cafeteria is managed by that particular person.
Right.
So putting in the processes and policies in place, we decided to actually venture out into the cafeteria space,
Okay.
taking the entire cafeteria within us and giving them, supplying food. So the cafeteria meals are there.
Right.
Then you have your lunch meals, the packed meals. Then you have your tuck shops, which are called as kiosks.
Right.
And then you have, apart from that, these town halls, snack boxes, all of those things, they keep coming in. So when we actually ventured into that, we also realized that there was one space which the cafeteria vendors were missing out. And that was the space which was elite leadership team having their lunches.
Right.
So when that was coming in, my creativity was like, okay, why can't we do something of that sort also?
Right, right.
So we set up an entire different team, a different brand altogether, which is called as the Salt Box.
The Salt Box.
Yes.
Okay.
And we launched Salt Box only for elite catering.
Right.
So we do for celebrities there, we do for senior leadership team, and we do for anybody who is like,
Right.
falls into that segment. It's a very niche segment. Yeah.
Wow. But I don't know of anyone else who does that.
So there are industry, that's again a space which is Foodlink does it.
Okay.
They are like,
they are caterers.
yeah, so they're
typically.
caterers again, but they do all these high-end
High-end.
catering.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So does it like, is it restricted to a particular cuisine, or it can be depending on the occasion or depending on the event?
It's depending on the event.
Right.
So it doesn't require to be only an Indian meal. You can actually do a multi-cuisine. You can have those live counters. You can have basically a fusion counter. You can have multiple things which becomes like so you have these flying buffets. I know this word was very new to me when I got into the space. Yeah. So you have these flying buffets where your team goes and hijacks their kitchen completely.
Okay.
So they actually have 2 servers or 1 server depending on the requirement, and they clean the kitchen and leave at whatever time.
Oh.
So you don't need to actually come out at all. So there's a pre-curated flow that is given.
Okay.
And it goes as per the flow, and you actually do the deal.
Wow.
Yeah. So my thought personally was, when you have a party, sit back, relax. Do not worry about this, that kya abhi karna hai, kya fry karna hai. Usually we women have that.
Correct.
Sit back, we are there to take care of it. Absolutely.
Right. Wow. So the second part, like, you said one thing was about the premium this thing, and the second was some hosting or parties at home or something.
So when we say premium, these are also falling under the premium categories.
Right.
So when you do these house parties, usually these are card parties or cocktail parties or high-end meeting events which are happening at home. So these are also, because the way the curation happens, it's all about that set of people confined into that room taking care of you.
Wow.
So it's a very, I would say, a closed door event.
Event.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
It's a very closed door event.
Right. So the cuisine, then you must be, getting into really like, best of cuisine and
Yes, yes.
because the kind of, clientele that you're catering to
Yeah,
is a very
yeah.
niche clientele and
So it's a very I would say the cuisine that we actually work on is something that you actually go to a good restaurant
Fine
and
dine.
you fine dine and you actually order. It's very much on those lines.
wow.
So
So how do you manage all of this, man? Like, getting into so much of cuisine,
Yes.
trying out these different dishes. I'm sure the way that you have to present it also would be totally different.
Absolutely.
It can't be like, you set up a buffet and, people are just taking stuff. It has to be like really thought about. So,
and hota ye hai, people are getting bored of it. So twice you do an event with a particular format, with a particular cutlery. Next time they want something
Something
else.
new.
So yes, it's a human intensive space.
Space.
It's a space which needs creativity for every event that you host.
Right.
Every event has to be a thoughtful event.
Thoughtful event.
We cannot just take the food, lay it on a buffet and forget. Every event needs a lot of hard work in terms of putting things together, but at the same time, it also needs that brainstorming with the team to see that what did we do the last time
And
and how different can we be.
Wow.
That is what we are.
So it's not just thinking about the food now. It's about creating that entire experience.
Yes. And we talk about it. We want people to understand that it's not only the food we consume, it's also the thought which goes and the creativity which comes to the table for people to basically enjoy and talk about. And especially if I tell you these days, the Gen Zs, even before the food is laid, the camera is out. And they want every food to be Instagrammable.
Right.
And that's when their mind entirely says that, wow, it looks good, means it tastes good.
Right.
So, जैसे ही वो सोशल मीडिया पे चला जाता है और 25 लाइक्स आ गए, मतलब खाना तो बहुत अच्छा है. So, we try our level best to bring in the creativity with every meal we serve.
Right. Oh, wow. This is something else. This is not regular catering.
No.
This is not regular meal box, or this is not. This is something else, completely different. Wow. I want to come and eat now.
Absolutely. I'm going to host one for you and Manisha soon.
Yeah.
So we should actually experience it together.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, when you're hosting these events, when all these things are happening, like how many such events can you have at one time? Like, what's the scalability to this?
That's a very good question, and I keep questioning it to myself because everywhere you cannot have that one creative person landing. So what it's important is how are we training our team?
Correct.
And that is what we are taking the initiative of training the new generation coming in.
Right.
Training the new recruits who are coming in.
Right.
At the moment, our capacity is to have 4 parties at the same time.
At the same time.
Yes. Diwali was one of the peak season for us, where we were continuously doing 4 events every day for 7 days.
Wow. So what's typically the size of this event? Like, how many people do you cater to, or?
So when we talk about this, our size of the event can vary from 12 people and it can go right up till 100 people, 200 people. But definitely we have that minimum billing bracket.
I'm sure.
So we definitely need to have that minimum billing because there's a lot of work which goes in at the back end.
Right.
So that is, yes, it is slightly on a higher side, these elite, exquisite food catering.
Right.
It is indeed on a higher side because it's not only the food cost, it's also a lot of creativity. As I say.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is like the most popular cuisine that people most of the time they love? Like
these days, sushis are completely in vogue.
Oh.
Because it's cold, you don't need to actually do too much of warm things. And it's actually people enjoy. One of the things which is coming up is called as your grazing boards.
Grazing board.
Yes.
Okay.
So either we call it as Chakna Corner, Grazing Board, Harvest Corner, Charity Boards, whatever. The cheese boards, basically.
Right.
I would say the young people who are, the young generation whom we are hosting at the moment, they don't need main meals at all.
They just
So
want
they'll
the
just
starters.
need like they'll say that we need 8 by 4 table ka pura grazing dal do, and you keep refilling the grazing and give us biryani at the end. We are happy. That's it.
So one
Yes.
thing at the end.
And the thing is, charity boards are extremely in India at the moment. It's moved from West, definitely. So people love to have those crackers and things which are like sushis, crackers, some boiled nuts, some chickpeas, all of those things. And they're happy having some olives, some thins. So with some cheese, definitely. So they're happy to have it with their alcohol, to have it with their mocktails. So all of this, yeah.
Nice. So where do you get all this inspiration from? And there must be a lot of learning that goes into So do you like really go out and visit all these hi-fi restaurants, or do you go out of India and research on this, or how does your thing work?
So again, a lot of learning and learning has to happen, because for us, we come in from those traditional way of food serving and food eating habits have been formed to us. But at the same time, how do I upgrade myself is I do a lot of reading these days, especially within the food space where chefs are talking about what's there in the West. Because eventually that is what we are following.
Right.
So we do a lot of that. We do a lot of those long lost cuisines.
Right.
People are again bringing them back.
Absolutely.
So Rara was something which we hardly used to eat during our childhood. Butter chicken se aage to kuch pata hi nahi.
खत्म हो गया.
Wahin pe tha sara. So now Himachali mutton raras, Ahuna mutton, which is basically from Bihar.
Right.
So a lot of these dishes are coming back.
Correct.
People love to actually go as organic as possible.
As possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot of fusion also, I think, which is happening more with, the classic traditional dishes and, making it into something more.
So butter chicken in a tacos is something goes really well, and a lot of people are going ahead with it.
Right.
So I see when I'm curating things, the moment I do an Indian Conti or something which is like a fusion, people just grab on it. And they want to enjoy that.
Wow.
So yeah.
This is one mouth-watering Safarnaama. I'm just, talking about so much
Only
food. And this is amazing. So where do you see, like you said, the trends are changing, the food habits are changing, people are, where do you see, the company going, or, how do you see the company growing?
So when we sit for brainstorming, I would want to say that because we are just a 2-year-old company at the moment. So a lot of brainstorming happens that we want to move away from that traditional food habits.
Right.
Because that is not what people are looking at.
Correct.
दाल चावल रोटी सब्जी से माइंडसेट हट गया, वो मतलब आप घर पे जाके खा लो.
हाँ, और कितने ऑप्शंस भी है, बाहर भी मिल जाएगा.
So या तो फिर Zomato पे ऑर्डर कर लो.
Absolutely, yeah.
तो what we have to do is 2 important things. One is preserve our quality.
Right.
Make sure that the food is not from a factory line.
Yeah.
That is one very important thing.
Fresh.
Because it really hampers the health. So how much ever we can curb the factory line cooking.
Right.
Give them fresh. And make sure that it looks pretty. These are the 2 things. Because at the end of the day, today we are having millennials who are consuming. But in the coming times, what we are going to see is, and we're seeing that trend in the corporates also, that the people who used to visit the cafeteria, they're getting younger. They're getting younger.
Right.
So the new recruits are all Gen Zs.
Right, absolutely.
So what they're looking for is, how can we cut out the boredom? That is what they're looking for.
Right.
So quality and the way it looks is the most important thing. Pricing matters, but not that much.
Not that much.
Yeah.
They're willing to pay.
They're willing to pay. Good food, they're willing to pay.
Wow.
If it looks good, they're willing to pay. So it has to be an amalgamation of good food
Right.
and it has to look good.
Right. Right.
Yes.
So where, what's been the most interesting setup that you've created? Like, for you, I mean, it was fun for you.
A lot of them actually, if
Yeah.
you think of, because
But
for
top,
me,
like one.
yeah, the top ones that I can think of is my first cheese board.
Uh-huh.
So my first cheese board was something which is still very close to my heart because it brought in a lot of creativity that I had deep inside me.
Right.
So we used everything possible, starting from a banana leaf to an acrylic risers to wooden risers. We did a lot of stuff there. And we brought in everything that a chakna would. So
हाँ.
हमारे दिमाग में क्या होता है, चीज बोर्ड में सिर्फ चीज रखना है या क्रैकर्स रख रहे हैं. हमने वहाँ पे क्या किया था, हम भुट्टा तक रखे थे. हमने literally roasted bhuttas रखा था
हाँ.
and people loved it.
Right. Right.
People just
Like,
loved it. So instead of just putting in, I would say, pita bread and hummus,
हाँ.
we decided to actually give a different tomato ki chutney there.
हाँ. Wow.
And people loved it. We had fried idlis on our grazing.
on your
And it was basically, I would say, I think close to 6 feet table.
Okay.
It was a good 6 feet table which was full. Which was full.
With all this.
Everything. So it was a fusion. I think I brought in the entire India there.
हाँ. Wow.
सब कुछ था.
हाँ.
आपका जो बिहार की निमकी होती थी वो भी थी.
Right.
So if you शक्करपारा का जो नमक पारा होता है वो भी हमने रखा था.
हाँ.
We kept those chakris. We kept everything possible.
Everything possible.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was an interesting one because we thought also that we will bring the entire India on this table.
Amazing.
So, and the client was very, very happy because we just said that leave the table to us. We will do it. You'll get some good
stuff. Wow. That must have been an amazing table.
Yes.
Great. So any suggestion or anything that you would have for people who want to get into this space, like people who are aspiring to get into a food journey?
It's a space that doesn't give you returns. Your ROI comes in with time.
Patience.
It needs a lot of patience.
Right.
A lot of patience, and it's a very sensitive space to be in.
Right.
Once your taste is not good, the client will not call you.
Finish.
Done.
Finish.
So end of that client happens when they have that one bad experience. You give them 25 good experience and that one bad experience, you lose that client. And that is what is so heartbreaking for any entrepreneur. It's very, very heartbreaking.
Right.
Because that 24 episodes of food went so good.
Right.
You got so many testimonials, you had everything, but that one bad experience has dropped that client forever. For any upcoming food entrepreneur, one very important thing is keep that patience intact.
Right. You have to have
a
lot of resilience.
Because आपको 2 साल में भी आप ROI नहीं देखोगे. It will come in with time. And start building the trust with the client.
Right.
Food is something, is not like people just inviting you, आओ मेरे घर में पार्टी कर लो. नहीं. वो जब तक किसी और से नहीं सुने होंगे कि इनका खाना अच्छा है, तब तक आपको invite नहीं करेंगे.
Yeah. So it works very strongly on recommendation and word of mouth, and
absolutely.
And that will not happen even if there is one bad experience.
Yes. So, and that bad experience shouldn't break you. Eventually, it's humans who are cooking.
Correct.
So sometimes we get harsh on ourselves.
Right.
It has happened very recently with us that the food had a shortage and ho gaya. So, but then we get harsh on ourselves. So let's understand we are not working with machines. We are working with humans. And there are that chances of error which may happen. And the moment we will infuse machine learning, AI, all of it, it becomes a factory food.
Yeah. मजा नहीं है वो इमोशन नहीं है उसमें.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, food which is served with smile and emotion is what you will understand the experience of it.
True. So how does your past experience, the corporate experience that you have, how does it help you in this?
Yes. When I got into this space, everybody around me used to be nagged completely because I love Excel. I love PPTs.
Wow, you're
So
talking
for
my
me,
language.
yes. So for me, any business, the backbone is the Excel that
Excel.
you operate from.
Correct.
Your numbers have to be there.
There, true.
You need to know that every party that you are doing, or every event or every client that you are servicing, what is your top line and what's your bottom line?
Correct.
Unless you know your top line and bottom line, it's not business.
Right.
It's passion. That's what I say.
Right.
And that is what has brought me very close to my partner whom I work with.
Mm-hmm.
And that has made us understand that company is growing
Right.
in black and white.
In black and white. Yeah, it's there.
वो सामने है
Correct.
कि आपका total profit year on year 20% हो रहा है.
True.
From last year to this year, this is what the numbers are.
Correct.
So you don't need that judgment कर रहे हैं.
Intuition नहीं चाहिए.
Intuition नहीं है. अच्छा शायद इतना होगा. And that is what you see the traditional caterers do. They do an amazing top line.
Right.
But what I see is उनको bottom line उनको पता ही नहीं है food cost क्या है. Every product has a food cost.
Absolutely.
Let's come to that. Get our Excel strong. And the moment we get our Excel strong, we know where we are heading
Right.
to. And that is what I added to the company.
Right.
So my organization relies on the numbers that I produce.
I know.
And I present it to them saying, this is where we are going. This is what we should not do, because numbers tells us what to do and what not to
What
do.
not to do. True.
So energy और focus कहाँ लगाना है वो हमें clearly पता चल जाता है.
Wow. So what is the dream milestone that you have that you can let the viewers know on this Safarnaama?
CHPN has to be 100 crore company in next 5 years. That is what we are looking at. So that number is deep rooted within the entire team that we have at the moment, the core team.
Everyone is working.
Yes. And we are working very hard to get to that number.
Definitely. So on our next Safarnaama, we'll be there when you cross that
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Definitely.
So we
Great.
should have the next Safarnaama
with
halfway
the green
through.
table and with all of that food and
Yes, we should have it with some nice cheese boards.
yeah,
Yes.
surely. Great. Chisy, it was amazing to have you here. And I am still thinking what is the next thing that I'm going to eat. But that's it was such an amazing Safarnaama, the whole journey that you've had, and how you've shaped this up, and how learning is an integral part of what you do, and the resilience that you've shown. So there are so many takeaways for all our viewers here as to how they can take their food journey ahead. So thank you so much for being a part of this Safarnaama, and it was wonderful hosting you.
Thank you so much.